Hey guys, it's RocketMax32 here, and welcome back to another review. Today we have the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. It is review season, so let's jump right into it. This set is an 8+ set number 40755. Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. It comes with 383 pieces, 6 minifigures, and a 25th anniversary figure. This is basically 2 battle packs in one, and the price reflects that, but more on that in my opinion. So with all that said, let's see the build and jump right into it. Here we have the Imperial Dropship, and while we don't get a pilot for it, we do get enough stormtroopers to fill it out. There's a nice cockpit section up here where you can put one of your stormtroopers, and back here there is a little plate for 2 more stormtroopers, a little pull tab, and you can put some blasters in here. Now this is a relatively simple build, and to my knowledge not canon, but it is something that LEGO has been making for a while now. It comes back every once in a while, we get different versions of this, and this is the best version yet in my opinion. The cockpit can be removed, just like that, but I would say I'm not really sure that this is an intended feature or if it's just possible, but it's just a little ball joint holding that in, and if you want to pull real hard and use it as some kind of ejecto feature, I think that that's really cool, but like I said, I don't know that it was an intended play feature. But these things are really fun, and it's a quick way to get 3 stormtroopers, so if you're trying to army build, there's 3 stormtroopers right there. At a $40 price tag, you can basically assume that this half is worth $20, which is what LEGO usually charges for their battle packs, and this is a slightly bigger than normal battle pack build, while we have slightly less than normal battle pack minifigures. You would normally expect 4 minifigures, but this is a little bit bigger than a normal battle pack build. Here are these to prove my point. These are 2 different battle pack builds, both from $20 clone battle packs. This is from the 501st battle pack, and this is from the 332nd battle pack. And as you can see, size-wise, this Imperial Dropship is just a little chunkier. These may be longer, but there are more parts in the middle of this. There's more features going on. This is a more built-up thing than either of these much smaller builds. And also, when you have something like the Imperial Star Destroyer out, which I just recently reviewed, that has 6 minifigures and a 25th anniversary figure, and you put a set out that's $40 with 6 minifigures and a 25th anniversary figure, I also think that that is another factor that kind of prevented LEGO from giving us 8 minifigures in 4 stormtroopers and 4 rebel troopers. I think even though that would have made sense from a battle pack price standpoint, I think LEGO knows that if you see this on the shelf next to the ISD and you count minifigures, that it won't make sense to a normal buyer. So I think that that's kind of what's going on there as well, and they made up for it with chunkier ships. The economics of LEGO sets are fascinating, not even the secondhand market, but just how LEGO chooses to price things. If you want me to go into more detail about that, I may make a video on it. This is kind of, making me think about that. Moving on over here, we have the Rebel Scout Speeder. And again, LEGO has made a few of these before, and this is the best version that they've made, in my opinion. We have this nice chunky Scout Speeder. It's actually pretty fat. We've got some thrusters out back. It's on some of those clear sliders. And we have space for all 3 of our Rebel troopers. We have a driver's slot, a kind of rear slot, and then a gunner slot with a nice little turret up here. We have 2 stud shooters up here, just like over here. Very similar. Obviously, this flies, this hovers. Different but similar. But a lot of play opportunities here with this being able to shoot this down, this being able to bring in troops, lots of stuff that can happen here, very good set for kids, and also these are some really fun builds. So for example, I don't have a very big Rebel army, and getting a whole bunch of these sounds actually pretty enticing to build up my Rebel army. They're very cool, they're really small, and you kind of have a battle pack vibe going on here with 3 of these guys, and this. Same exact story as over here. Then we have our 25th anniversary figure. This is R2KT, and this is a droid from Clone Wars who was named after one of the director's daughters, and it's a really cool story. I urge you to go look it up on your own, but the fact that this character exists in Clone Wars is a really awesome story, and the fact that she now exists in Lego, I think is even cooler. The fact that Lego did this, took advantage of the 25th anniversary thing to make something they wouldn't otherwise make and make something really cool and special, I think is really unique. So if you know the story, that makes this minifigure that much better, but also it's just a cool minifigure. When was the last time you saw a hot pink astromech droid? This thing is going to stand out in my lineup of astromech droids, or even just in my minifigure collection. If you're looking through and you see this, I mean, it's obviously the most bright thing on this table. But a very cool figure. I'm very glad that LEGO included her, and a very welcomed addition to the 25th anniversary minifigure set. So to buy or not to buy, for $40, I see the value. You have two good-sized builds. These both make sense as larger than normal battle pack builds, but you do have to look and see that you are getting less minifigures than you would be getting if you went out and bought two $20 battle packs. So something for you to weigh. If you like these builds, you should definitely pick it up. If you're trying to build your Stormtrooper or Rebel Trooper armies, I think that this is the best way to do it right now. We have the Tantive 4 hallway scene out, but that's a more expensive set with less of each. So if you're trying to build it up, I think that this is definitely the way to go, and you get some really cool builds for each of your armies. So if you're army building, I think that this is a great set, and I do see what LEGO's doing there with the price, even though a lot of people will look at the minifigures and say, why don't we have 8? But I get it, and we do have 7, and this one is very cool. I understand some people are a little against getting a 25th anniversary figure in a $40 set, because that means that the resale value will automatically not be as high, as she's a lot more common, but I'm glad that they did it. I think that this is a minifigure that everybody should have, and I think that we should be able to get 25th anniversary figures at every price point. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace!